Welcome to the Dungeon House, where a bunch of regular people with regular jobs gather to play Dungeons and Dragons. We aren't professionals, so if you hear food ASMR or a baby in the back, just understand it's normal. This show is recommended for those 13 and up. The music you'll hear is brought to you by William Heaton and various other artists. We're glad that you're here to share in the fun and laughter, as well as the challenges along the way. So come on into our home, take a seat on the couch, and enjoy the Dungeon House.
Yeah. That's fine. And
Tori, what are you wearing? I see exactly what's going on right now. Yeah, you and your clothes and hair. Yeah, it looks wonderful, Tori. Because I shouldn't make mean comments. Dude, The Chosen is historically 100% accurate with no flaws whatsoever.
Completely. It's a really good show, though. It's a really good show. I do wish I could have that kind of hair.
I wish I had hair.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys were supposed to laugh. This is awkward now.
Oh no.
Okay. I'm gonna go snort some more cocaine.
No.
David.
Do it. David, how are you doing?
Okay.
She's here. She's just not at the table. Faith, will you go and grab baby? Would you be willing to join us here pretty soon? Okay.
Baby. I'm like, we don't have a baby.
You'd be willing to grab the child. Would you be willing to grab your laptop so that people can see you? Awesome. Whatever he wants.
Chicken.
A small, chicken.
A small hors d'oeuvre.
A small hors d'oeuvre.
Guys, what should I get for dinner?
Okay.
Not pizza.
Not pizza?
Taco Bell's always terrible for you.
Zupas!
I don't know if there's anything I really like from Zupas.
Ooh, Faith might fight you.
It's just the last time I I had their food, I had COVID. And so the last experience I had with them was just a super, super bland.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I am just starving. I don't know.
Are you gonna order Grubhub it?
Probably, yeah.
There's see if it's on Grubhub, but there's a place called Fancy Burger pretty close to where you live.
I've had Fancy Burger.
Huh?
I'm not a big fan of Fancy Burger.
What? You don't like Fancy Burger?
If it's the one that I think it is.
It's a great burger. And it's cheap. Like $5 for a burger that's not like a fast food burger. Do it, man.
If it's the one I think it is. Dude, no. Fancy Burger is not cheap. That's the most expensive burger I've ever bought in my life. When I went there.
Must be thinking of different places.
Fancy Burger, if it's the one I'm thinking, is on University Parkway. I want to say it's kind of by the the Nissan dealership Golden Corral.
I got no idea.
Anyway, if it's what I'm thinking, it's like almost $15 for a burger with no fries.
It's not bad.
That's like
I
half the
would-
meal right there.
It's reasonable.
Yeah, no. And
Excuse
so
me.
I could get like there's a place called Muyas or Apollo Burger where I pay like $10 and get burger and fry and drink. So
All a burger's not 10. It's at least 15.
Apollo? Nah, dude, it's like $10.
You're insane. But no, next time I'm in Utah. Oh, sorry. We're definitely distracting. Sorry, Chase.
That's all right. You guys are good. I think we're about ready to start, though. You gonna do something else for the time being,
Me?
so that way we can see the wall.
Oh.
Faith is going to cook brownies for us
Mm.
while we're starting to play. So, if you guys want some, just show up. We got some at my house.
All right.
Our house.
See you in a couple hours.
Yeah, see you in a little bit. Anyways, we haven't played in a couple weeks because last week I had a time conflict with a prior responsibility. But we're going to jump back into where we were at today. So, someone that would be willing to do a recap. I was thinking David, if that's all right.
Bro, I have no idea what we did. Give me a second.
Well, that's why I put you on the spot.
All right. At the end of the oh wait, no. Wait, did we update this last week? Yeah. So, at the end of the formal dinner, Adelaide confronts her mother and stands her ground, so she and her fellow Vigils can receive help from her family before setting out in the morning. Opal, Ren, and Pinky perform a very audacious and daring prank on Adelaide, involving a peacock. I don't remember the peacock, but I do remember the disorganization
I remember the peacock.
and fart sounds. Yeah, and then Opal's fart sounds to keep Adelaide busy. The team leads out on a ferry that Adelaide's mother and father secured for us the following day. And soon after, Adelaide and Barren confront each other for the mistreatment of both of their parts. Aliyah stepped in like a boss and yelled at them. And the team, for the most part, our travels are uneventful. We did run into a weird lady for Moss that gave Moss special things that I don't think anybody really noticed except for Ren. So we're, I believe, just on the outskirts of this place we're going to, correct? Or are we there?
Yeah. We ended at, like, you guys were about like 5 or so miles out of town. So we were basically, you guys were rolling up on the joint as we start. If that sounds about right for everyone else.
That works with me.
So, we kind of set the scene. It's a clear blue morning. Flowers are budding. It's that late springtime air, almost summer, on the verge. You can see that out in the fields round about this countryside. Many people, small hamlets, dot the places, the thatch roofs, gleaming in the sun. The smell of wet earth and something else that you'd smell when you're walking. Brimstone. No, not brimstone, not yet. The smell of wet earth, that of kind of the nutrient-rich soil. There's a little bit of a nip in the air. You think maybe you're getting close to some sort of body of water, maybe. And as you're walking and talking, you hear about you the small calls of creatures. You think maybe field mice waking up for the morning. You hear the rustle of birds among the grass, not too far away from the road, and you feel the road beneath your feet to be solid. It's definitely a well-traveled path. As you guys continue to approach, eventually you do see in the distance what looks to be a small hamlet tied to a larger, I wouldn't call it necessarily a lake, but it'd be a lake. It's just a smaller lake. Think of, like, for us here in Utah, like a reservoir-sized place. It looks like this might have been actually man-made. Looking at the layout of the area, it drops down into kind of a low-set valley where part of it, the lower half, has been dammed on one side, and you can see that water has been sequestered here.
Opal, I think it's beautiful.
It's very nice.
The awestruck. And, well, I know we're on a mission, but at some point we gotta swim and have fun. Like, play a game with a ball, or, that'd be fun, right? I know we're gonna stay focused. We're gonna get there, but when we're coming back, we should have a little lake party.
A ball at the lake.
A lake party.
Yeah.
Y'all have too much life left in you.
Aren't you on this trip to be more lively?
I'm here to do what needs to be done and move on. Older than your mom, sorry.
Moss probably would say that, though. Let's be honest.
He would. He would. Older than your mom. Ain't that right? It's a long day at work. Yeah, that statement, Moss is gonna be like, "I'm sorry, Barren." I'm somewhere in between 75 and none of your dang business.
I feel like Opal will start to think how old she is, and she's like,
What do you? I don't like. I have no idea what you're implying by that. To be quite honest.
well, Opal, she's old.
Oh yeah. I get what you're saying now. How old am I? As you guys continue to walk, you definitely see some of the peasants out in the fields, tilling the soil, getting ready for the next plant rotation, the crop. You see someone with a simple leather bag throwing seeds out as people farther up the field are pulling their way away, which is the best kind. No, anyways. As you guys continue, is there anything else you'd like to do before you reach the city or the town? More like it.
And this is the town, right?
This is the town.
think we're ready. I'm ready to go into town.
So you guys enter the actual proper area of Elkay. I'd like someone to do a perception check.
Oh, hey, I should actually probably pull up my D&D stuff.
Moss will do the perception check.
Okay.
I lied. Moss is not doing the perception check right now.
Oh yeah, really? Did you end up grabbing a dice and rolling it?
No, I did not. I was pulling up my
Your spreadsheet.
I can do the perception check.
Perfect. Let's see it.
11.
11. With an 11, you can see from this point that it is a relatively bustling town. From what you can understand, it looks like they have a good amount of farming. Maybe that's why they built the reservoir, water fields if it becomes the drier season. Though, honestly, this area feels like it should be getting enough rain that you wouldn't have to worry necessarily about retaining water. And that just, that little note hits you a little different, like, I wonder what they're doing there. Before you enter the city proper, though, you see that between kind of a bluff and a flat cliff to the side, since you guys are kind of up higher above the city, dropping down into this valley, they've built up what looks to be a wall in this section where most of the traffic comes in. You can see what looks to be two guards both outside of the wall. Though this wall is not encompassing of the town, it serves as kind of its main defense on its major trade route. The wall looks to be about 20 feet tall, mostly made out of a stone base for about 10 feet up, and then wood pickets at the top. As you guys approach, one of the guards will go, "Oh there!" "Oh no, I was pointing at the farmers."
That's fair.
"I was telling them where to till." As that happens. Anyways.
Say hi.
You guys, do you say hi? You guys can, I think let's be honest, guys. We haven't done this in like 2 weeks. We're all just kind of getting back into figuring out how to do D&D again. So it's okay to take your time. But someone's got to say something. Don't just leave this guy on the edge of Ho there.
Sorry, I missed it. I was taking care of Loki.
What's your name?
Let's see if this guard knows what you're talking about. You roll a natural 20. Oh, we've been expecting you. I'm assuming from the look of your adventuring kit, you are the Vigils that Sir Fireborn sent for. Do I need to ask you to make a deception check?
Oh, well, nudge Barren and give him a thumbs up, like, yeah, fun, yes.
Good job. He will kind of look at you incredulously and say, haha, this is serious. Well, to get to the point, it'd probably be best if you met with Lord Fireborn before you go out there. But if you don't want to, I can't here tell you what to do. I will alert him that you've made it to town. Do you guys need anything, or you just want to know where you're supposed to go?
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about. We just got the memo to get out here, kick some butt, get out. But tell us a little bit about this Lord Fireborn before we talk to him.
Of course, he's the lord of this fiefdom.
Is he rich?
He's well off. He's not necessarily the richest one in the area. Can I? Okay. He did an insight check on you, but he wasn't able to determine kind of why you were asking behind that. He is well off. If you're asking after a reward, I would assume he might be able to help you. The community may pull together, but you would have to talk with him. I'm not. I'm just a guard. I get paid 9 to 5. Come stand here in front of the wall. Nothing happens.
Dental?
Say ho there.
Question
That's
mark.
about it. What'd you say?
Do you get dental insurance?
Actually, we do. It's quite well. Though the dentist is also the mortician. So just keep that in mind.
I hope me and my party, or us, don't meet your dentist.
Dentally secure.
Alright. That's all the questions Moss has.
Perfect. As you pass through the gate, the city itself is fairly humble. Like I said, most of the buildings are, from what you can tell, stone, dirt floors, with thatch roof buildings. Definitely different than the splendor that you saw in Felnor, where most everything was brick and mortar, stone construction. This is definitely a lot more humble, to say the least. As you continue forward, the guard before you left, he pointed your way. He said, if you're trying to get to Lord Fireborn's house, head down into the center town, then head east, kind of along the bank of the lake, and then back up the hill just about half a mile down, and you should see his manor. Mm-hmm.
To the manor.
To the manor. You guys pass through the town. How do I say this? From what you can tell, there's not tons of people out about in the town right now. Most likely, most of them work the farms nearby. You do, as you're passing through, notice that there is an inn with a tavern built beside it. There's also a general goods store, and from what you can tell, a small church erected up on top of the hill, closer to town. From what you can tell, this is a small church dedicated to just the worship of the protector gods. It's not necessarily based on just one. as you continue forward and approach the manor. It stands out mostly from the buildings that you've been around. It has plank wood siding, constructed after a reasonable manner, very much nicer than most of the buildings that you've seen around here. Though from what you can tell, it still carries a little bit of that humble look to it. It's not nearly as decadent as other cities that you've seen, but definitely more conservative, I would say. It's definitely just a square building, and from what you can tell, 2 stories. Sides aren't really painted. Gives it almost kind of a cabin-esque look, but plank siding. That's about it.
Moss is gonna lean over to whoever he's next to. Just be like, hey, are we sure this isn't the house that's on it?
I think we can keep our eyes open.
We need to take a 5-minute break and just get into character. This is what, as you approach the door and knock, a servant answers and says, "Oh, are you here to see Sir Fireborn?"
Yes.
Perfect. Let me go fetch him. And she closes the door.
So you just wait on the porch.
I just went on the porch.
So the servant came and said, "I'll go get him," and then just shut the door. So we're just like,
Why didn't she invite us in?
look, we're at a different place. Maybe it's a custom.
I wasn't joking about when I said, are we sure this isn't the house that's haunted?
It might be, but what's the weather out here? Is it cold?
It's a brisk morning. It's not cold. The sun is starting to shine, so if you're in the shadow, it's a little nippy, but it's because it's getting to late spring. It's starting to get fairly warm. Like, if you have a light jacket
If you're in
on,
the sun, you can really absorb it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say, hey, we can enjoy this beautiful morning out here together at this maybe haunted house. This might be our last morning together.
What?
a fun apart.
Nah, I can't hear David.
I can, David. If he is in.
David?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. We're just struggling to hear you if you're talking.
No, I'm not. Sorry, I don't feel very good, so.
Aw.
It's alright.
Gosh, what do you mean last morning?
Well, I'm just saying, like, this haunted house might just scare the life right out of us. I can't think of anything in particular, but probably a lot of things, if we're being honest.
Your mom.
Your dead mom, for example, maybe.
Does she haunt you, or?
Yeah, yeah, her and I, we're pretty close. No, I think I've begun to think more and more that I have lived a pretty sheltered life, maybe. So I might have some fears, but I mean, they'll just have to find out.
Yeah, have they not come back yet?
Yeah. As you reach for the door opens, and she says, "I present to you, Sir Fireborn." And she kind of steps out of the way. You see what looks to be a middle-aged. Actually, we're going to do different. We have a lot of middle-aged lords. We're going to do something different. That's also not a bad idea. No, he's going to be. No, Barren's mom, literally, in the flesh. No, literally just a zombie, right there. Lord Fireborn, in the flesh, not in spirit. Anyway, sorry. No, what you see before you looks to be a young man, around the same age as all of you. From what you can tell, he's got what looks to be long, flowing, have dark brown hair, a little bit of stubble around his face. He doesn't look like he's necessarily the cleanest kept, though he does like hold himself with an air of pride, befitting someone who has seen leadership, but doesn't necessarily seem to be one to flaunt it. If that makes sense. As you can tell that his clothing isn't necessarily just for show. He's wearing what looks to be easy traveling clothes. Well, nice, not ostentatious. Not too far away from this entryway, you can see mounted on the wall what looks to be a weapon, a bow, saying beside it a quiver. The thing that catches your eye after that, though, is how Lord Fireborn is missing his right arm from here now. As he has the arms crossed behind his back, and he kind of opens them up in greeting. Welcome, Vigils. I'm glad to have you here. You can tell that he has, from the looks of it, received a debilitating injury. It's all right. I lost it in battle. I used to be a captain for the Army of the Crown. But Army of the Crown. Crown. Like you are a very strange individual to, come in here, ask me about my arm, and then think I'm saying ground. I'm joking. He doesn't say that.
He said to your face and now shuts the door again.
I think I ordered different, Vigils. All right, bye.
Hey, when you pay for the discount, you get the discount, bro.
That's true. I didn't know I was going to the Dollar Tree. Anyways, not to roast you guys that much, just a little. As you guys enter in, I hope that the travel wasn't too bad for you. From my understanding, you are stationed out of Film Sal, which is quite a distance from here.
Too bad. We saw some sightseeing along the way.
Oh, I hope it was very pleasurable. Now about the haunted house. If you want to jump right into it.
Yeah. Tell us.
Especially with the icebreaker that we had, and he'll nod to you, Barren. I imagine that you were all probably on a time crunch, that the travel was fairly long. We've had recent activity that an old manor not too far away from here. To the south, about 20 miles, lies an old dilapidating mansion from the previous ruler of the Fiefdom. It's been abandoned for about 20 years. Recently, though, there's been lights spotted in the windows. And most of it was just chalked up to warnings. People had said to not go there. No one really knows exactly what made the last fiefdom ruler leave. You'd assume the problem is, no matter what, there's been an incident. Recently, there's been reports the hamlets down to the south, people there vanishing. Neighbors go to their houses and they're not there anymore. And one of the farmers named Branthus, he reports seeing one of the families the night prior entering into this old mansion.
Chase, can Moss
Yes.
make a history check about ghosts? Like, does this seem like a ghost would do?
Yeah, make a history check.
Yeah. Moss rolls. Add the numbers. What's 1 plus 0?
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's one.
Yeah,
If
Moss
I
knows
had
nothing.
to, let me get out my abacus. I might be able to tell you better.
Thank you. With how I'm rolling, I'm gonna need that later tonight.
I know, right? From what you can tell, yeah, this is something a ghost would do, for sure. Ghosts kill people, they take you in the night. Maybe it's just a vengeful spirit that is out to spite people.
Got it.
Yeah. Honestly, I've lived in this valley for just under a year. And from what I can understand, my prior, what's the word I'm thinking of? This isn't the same house, but the position in which I inherited, the prior sir of this area, he was quite secretive. Older gentleman. No one knows much about him besides that he would just come to his duties, left people alone. Honestly, people didn't recognize that he was gone until spring of the next year. They went to check see why he wasn't showing up to the town, and they found his house abandoned.
Hey.
That's really all I've gotten. Most of the things I've heard is hearsay. People think maybe he was tied with some occult worship, with how secretive he was. Others assume he just left one day, decided that he didn't want to be in this backcountry, and left. Some people say that maybe he just was attacked by robbers in the night and was killed. And they cleaned up the evidence before the winter was out. No, I'm not. I'm originally from Westchester. I'm the youngest son of my family, and to say that I would have an inheritance in that region would be hard pressed. While I do have connections to the nobility, as most Arabs do, I needed necessarily to say a change of scenery to make my own mark on the world, to say the least. It really isn't a choice, and I mean, they honestly don't mind. It was manned by a neighboring fiefdom for a while, about 20 years now, and it was decided to be given to me after I was no longer useful for the service of battle.
And apologies if you already said this. Who decided it was yours?
This the kingdom, the king. Yeah, it was chartered to me to
okay, that makes sense.
to watch over. I did not choose here, though it's a good place, humble people, strong-willed, party, but yeah. Yeah, this is, you're still in the region, yeah. Yeah.
Theodore. Let me.
Yeah, if you would mind, I'd be more than willing to serve you my own food.
We greatly appreciate your offer.
You're welcome. It's the least I can do. It's been about a month and a half now since we first sent word. It takes us a long time to get the message there, and I'm assuming to get you all here as well. So ever since the reports of the people missing, things have been more quiet, but along the lines of people being taken. But there has been rumors, strange things seen in the woods down to the south. It would be best to be on your guard.
Chase.
There's a lot of strange things happening there. Yes.
GM question. What city are we in again?
Elkay.
Elkay. Yeah, I'm seeing it. Okay, interesting.
The house sits on the edge, but yes, be careful of the woods as well. We are not necessarily in the Rovine proper, but it's not too far away from here. You never know what will venture out from there.
Yeah. You might get yourself an annoying little friend if you're not careful. Oh, Pinky.
Pinky, who is like already like enamored with something around. She's looking at the bow. Doesn't even recognize the comment.
I think she just blindly agrees. She's like, yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. I would hate that. That sucks. She thinks you're talking about Philip the goat.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Anyway,
also, this might take us a couple days to figure out where we, you got a place for us to stay? We staying here in your house?
I have 2 spare bedrooms for traveling dignitaries and other things like that. Would that suffice? Perfect. I'm glad to hear it.
All right. Yeah. I think we'll just head off to the drop off our stuff and head off to the house.
Perfect. Now, as you all go about that, is there anything that you'd particularly like to do prior to heading out of town before walking? It is a 20-mile walk, so it may, just so you know, this is far away.
Wait.
It's funny.
What? I thought it was like a stroll down the street.
Wait, did I say 20 miles? She said she heard me. Yeah, 20 miles away.
Sorry, I didn't comprehend when you said 20
You're
miles.
good.
Why did we sign up for this?
After we just...
No, never mind that you guys have been walking for 3 weeks. Or basically, like, yes. I have 2.
A wagon?
We might be able to. A team of oxen might be a little bit easier to round up. Let me go talk to some of the local farmers while you're eating. We'd appreciate that.
Hopefully.
And if they do not come back, I would hope that you'd be able to refund us. If that, we don't have a way of charging vigils. That's how do we do that?
You ever... We'll figure that out if that happens. But it's not going to happen.
No. Adelaide is very quiet. I didn't hear what she said. Oh no! Is my house a bar? No.
Actually, Moss would look over and be like, hey, if you have a clerk, Vigils have a clerk, we just do some accounting at the end of it all. It's pretty easy. Don't stress it.
Wow, you seem very knowledgeable about finances.
My camera will not.
A 401k? I'm pretty sure that's a battalion. I've heard of that.
And Moss is going to be like, and you give your guys dental insurance.
We have dental. Old Sneebly. He's a great man. Great man. Done some work for me too. Actually, quite delicate.
All right, I'm going to my bed.
Anyway, yeah. Do you guys want? Back on topic. Do you guys want to accomplish anything in preparation before you head out? Oxes.
I have to hit approve.
No. Faith in you might mute yourself. Whoa. There we go. Do I have to come over there?
No, I was looking at it.
Anyways,
I was having fun.
all right. Ren, Li, I'm assuming you don't have nothing to do because you haven't said anything. So,
No.
after a quick meal of, some sourdough bread and butter with a little bit of salt and some dried nuts. Good food, good little hearty energy boost. He comes and finds you kind of in his little dining area, his house, his manor, and he says, "I've been able to round up a small cart with 2 oxen. It should be enough for all of you to fit, but it's probably not something that you'd want to, do far overland traveling, but at least keep you from having to do it on foot."
All right.
One thing though, first, to be able to use it, I had to give you a little task on the side. Would you be willing to just deliver some supplies to a farm in that region? It's on the way. Shouldn't be too hard.
What supplies?
This
Drug supply.
that's how he's making his fortune. No. Most of it is seeds that have been stored in town through the winter. They're needing it for planting and stuff like that, like tools, simple things that you can't just make on your own, that farmers put in our chest. Sent some money into town, and we haven't been able to get back out there. And so, if you're able to do this, it would be a good deal.
Does can I insight check this one? Just does he seem honest about it?
Yeah, it just seems like the way he got the cart
Okay.
wrangled up for you is he said, "All right, we can have them go and do this little task with it." So
Okay. He's
honestly,
honest.
from what you can tell, just from your passive insight, is that he's like, "Yeah, this will just be a little stop on your way, and then you can continue on."
Yeah, sounds good.
It is in the region, kind of closer down to that. So from what you can tell, it's about 3-4 miles away from the house itself. All right.
Wait, what time would we get there if we left right now, Chase, roughly?
If you left right now, you'd probably get there around about mid-morning, almost like basically lunchtime. You're looking about a couple hours. I'd say about 5. Oxes aren't known for their speed.
Is this 5 o'clock in the wintertime or 5 o'clock in the summertime? Pretty much, are we gonna... Okay, so we're gonna get there before dark.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm cool. Let's head off.
Get it.
All right. The farm that you were told to go to, it's known as... Find my thing.
Look at him. He's okay.
From what you can tell, you're trying to meet up with one Kalen Stonefist. All right. As you guys travel, more of the same scenery towards the south, though you can tell that as you approach, it does get more woody as the forest is getting closer.
There's a snake in my boot.
Not that kind of woody, but more just trees. There is one thing that stands out to you as you're traveling, and this is about 2 or so hours later. You're about 5 miles away from the farm that you're supposed to be dropping stuff off at. You notice what looks to be a particularly large tree in the middle of kind of more just grassland. It seems quite large and out of place for where it is. Yeah. It's just a tree though. As you guys continue on.
I'll do a perception check.
Okay. Sure. Do a perception check. Like I'm talking about like this is like middle of grassland, 100 something odd sized like big old like oak tree. It's very large. Like you know like when like cottonwood trees like when they're like too big to wrap your arms around, that size. It's just like out in the middle of the field. So that's why it's kind of a little weird.
Sus.
Yeah, a little sus.
What's a 10?
All right.
Man. Honestly,
You see nothing.
nothing stands out to you. But the nice thing is, it's a tree that's kind of positioned up on top of the hill. It can be used as a landmark if you need it.
Landmark. Can I go investigate it?
Go and investigate it.
How far away is it?
It's probably about 200 feet off the... I don't know. It's farther. It's probably like... It's like 1,000 feet off the road.
Oh, that's too far. Okay. Well, that seems sus. Maybe there's more fairies in it. That'd be fun. Right, Pinky? Yeah. Oh.
As you guys continue forward, eventually make it to the farm itself. Out comes the man. Kalen Stonefist. He rarely helps you get the supplies out of the wagon. Takes a little longer than you were hoping. He seems to be an older gentleman. Just kind of, as you get there, he's like, "Oh, let me get you some money." You're like, "No, I'm good. We're just trying to go." And he's like, "Oh, let me tell you about the time I saw something crazy out in the woods that crawled up. It was like someone with 2 heads, and it tried to eat me." He's like, "All right, Kaylin, okay, we're gonna go now." He's like, "Let me tell you about the time that I
Moss will
Well-
cast Ice Knife and kill him.
really
No.
make a." Eventually, though, you do make it. It took a little longer than you were expecting. About 6 o'clock. The sun's getting a little lower, and you can see what looks to be the house up the street. This area is now getting a lot more forested, from what you can tell.
We should have listened to his story.
He would have told you.
He would have told us all about the house.
Maybe
This
on
house has been in the family for 8 generations. Okay, we get it, Kalen Stonefist. Jeez. Got some fish on here. I'm just on the creek over there.
What's that, Barren?
So, wait, do we gotta walk all the way back to the Vigils outpost?
We might, here's what we'll do, okay? We make the haunted house not haunted anymore, and then we just live there. So we don't ever have to walk back again.
The temptation. The temptation.
Yeah, I'll probably walk back. I mean, we'll live there for like a week. So like we're all rested, and then like when we get bored of it, we can go. That is true. That is true.
Be a little fast. Gotta be a little fast.
We've
Got all
already taken a long time, so I think let's be fast. And then we can maybe rest a little bit, and then we'll quickly walk back.
Alright. What's the house look like?
From what you can see, it's what looks to be a larger house than the other man, Sir Fireborn. More of that ostentatious look, as it has more of the steeped high roofs, though most of it's kind of caved in at this point. It looks to be like it had bleached walls at one point, but from the weathering in the years, most of it has peeled off. Many of the windows in the building seem to have been broken, and the house lies right on the edge of the actual wooded area. From what you can tell, it looks dark. Point. You can also tell that it has what looks to be 2 wings, one to the west and one to the east off the main portion. A small stone wall goes around the perimeter of the house, though in many places it has fallen down, and it's only about 4 feet tall. From what you can tell from this distance, it looks like it may have once held some sort of garden system behind it. As you approach the road, you can see the gate for the entrance into the grounds of this old, dilapidated mansion hangs eerily. One of the gate doors has fallen down on the ground. The other one slowly creaks in the wind. The methodical as it just slides back and forth.
I will go with Barren. We should.
Are you all staying together, or are you choosing to not?
I think we should split the party.
Just, yeah. Half of us go one side, half of us go the other. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
All
Alright.
With that, as Baron, Moss, who else is going up that side? No one else?
We'll take Pinky.
Okay.
For continuity's sake.
Everyone else is going to go more towards the grounds themselves. We're going to take a quick break. I'm planning on wrapping this up about 9, just so you all know. But just want to go to break. That way we're rested in the middle. That way I can use my phone.
bring it back now, y'all.
4 hops this time. I wanted to see who was going to do it. And it was...
So cute.
Sure.
Bye.
Well, then why weren't you there with him?
Oh, he's in the bouncy thing.
Oh wow!
No.
Anyways, we
Congratulations.
should get going with this. Let's start with those who are going to go through the garden. So, Barren and Moss, you've broken off and you're heading out that direction. Ren, Opal, and Adelaide with Elia. You are all still here. Elia, just so the people know, for the podcast and video, David had to drop. He was just not feeling good, so he is going to go get some rest. It's that time of year where you get sick. So before you, you see the gate and the stone wall. It's not too high, you can see over it. From this location, you can see what looks to be what used to be once a immaculate kept garden that is overgrown with weeds and grasses, and it's very unkempt. Still, in some places, it looks to be there's a rose bush close to a small well towards the center. The rose bush having grown off the flower bed that it was planted on onto the path and starting to go down the well itself. Make a perception check.
Make an estimated guess.
Investigation. 14. The 14, you don't necessarily see anything too out of the ordinary right now as you and Moss are walking around the perimeter. I guess one thing that catches your eye is on the back side, there looks to be a separate entrance than the front door. It also looks like the wall on this side's more overgrown, fallen down in more places and stuff like that. Honestly, you don't see any signs of life.
So before we get to the other group, Moss is just going to lean over to Barren and be like, Barren, I know you're good at this hunting dead stuff thing, but I think we should just torch the house and move on. You know, ghosts, they're risky to fight. A lot of bad things can happen. You know, if we just torch the house, move on, we say we solved the problem, take the money, walk away. We solve their problem, none of us get hurt, we get the money. It's not a bad idea. And then we let some other vigils solve it. Just being cautious.
Make an insight check, Barren, and Moss, I'd like you to either do a persuasion or deception check, depending on what you are trying to accomplish.
I got a 4 for persuasion.
with that, Moss, are you actually pretty scared?
Like, I don't know. You know that time when, like, you got hit by a car? And, like, you're sort of, like, terrified because you got hit by a car? And so the next time you see a car, you're like, oh, there's a car. What happens if it hits me, you know? Yeah, that's about Moss's level.
I think that is the definition of having a fear. So, yes, you are afraid. You can tell.
I already told you. Burn the house down. That's all I gotta share. No. Your funeral. What was that? I didn't hear that. And that Moss is done with the conversation now.
We're going to swap to Ren and Opal and Adelaide, who are still kind of more towards the front of the house. Anything that you'd like to investigate here in the garden grounds at the front? Are you just going to wait for the two that are doing the perimeter sweep?
Is there anything of note, really, to investigate?
Looks like that well. It's strange how the bush is kind of growing down into it. You also see what looks to be a statue on the other side of the gardens, more towards the southwest of the house. It, from what you can tell, it looks to be some sort of depiction of human, but you don't see a head on it. Like it looks like the head was crumbled off to the side, is laying in a pile next to it. The human looks to be that of a man clad in some armor, kind of standing resolutely with his sword in front of him.
Pretty noble statue. I'd like to, while we're waiting for them, I'll maybe like go sit on the well, and I'll just kind of peer down into it.
As you sit down on the well, as you kind of lean over and peer down, you kind of feel the cold breeze coming up from the beneath. It seems that this well goes fairly deep, and that the water down there seems to have a draft coming through it. You as a ranger take note of that, as
I would suspect maybe there's a cave down there, or it leads to somewhere else.
At least a big enough area that there's some sort of air coming from there.
Okay.
Though, I'd like you to do a perception check.
I would love to. 13.
13. 13, as you kind of just sit there and listen, on the wind, it's almost like you can hear the whisper of voices. It's hard to make out, indistinct. As you lean down closer to see if you can hear what it is, something moves in the well.
Like I hear like a leaf rustle.
You see on the side of the wall, through the leaves of the this large bush shape move through it, heading towards you.
I'll like jolt back and say to people in our group, I was like, something's in there.
As you jolt back and say the phrase you just said, you see the movement kind of growing louder. It seems like it's right on the edge.
And Opal cast divine. What is it?
Divine sense.
Yes.
As you approach to see where, because I imagine that you all are kind of just spread out a little bit. As you approach the well itself, you see what looks to be. You do divine sense as you're approaching. You do not sense anything. It's about that moment that 3 large, giant centipedes crawl out of the well, and they're ready to attack.
Sorry, giant what? I wasn't...
Centipedes.
Ew, gross.
I need everyone that's here to roll initiative. You and Opal. And Adelaide,
Gross.
you are... Okay.
24, not 20.
That's an 11.
Yeah, Adelaide's here. It's just Moss and Barren that are not. Can I have a piece of paper from the notebook and a pencil, please? Appreciate that. You guys are pretty far away. You're walking on the outside of the wall, and so this happened kind of somewhat during the conversation, just about after that. So you'll hear what sounds to be a shout. You probably won't be able to make it during this combat.
Fantastic.
14. Yeah, pencil. So Opal
Not 2024.
Opal with a 24.
I got an 11.
11. We got Adelaide or Poppy.
I'm rolling solo. I rolled a 4.
First up, Opal, as you see these large carapace-covered creatures with large mandibles kind of snapping. You can even hear the clacking, like almost the sounds of like teeth chattering. Like you can see they're not happy.
Does not do damage, right?
Secret Flame does.
Okay. I'd like to do sacred. Oh heck! Tell me what against the centipede. Worked last different game. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll just. What I want to do is set one of my weapons on fire and throw it at it, but that would take 2 actions, right?
Set your weapon on fire and throw it at it?
Yeah.
It's
a cantrip. Doesn't mean it's bonus.
I mean, Sacred Flame's radiant damage, anyways. But
Be fire. All right. Okay. Cool. Well,
if you want a flavor that you take one of your javelins and imbue it with divine light, and throw it at it, you can definitely just cast the Sacred Flame cantrip and flavor it that way.
I'll do that. Ready? Right. Okay. 21.
21. You don't roll. It rolls a saving throw. What's your save?
I was throwing my javelin, so that's what I call it.
Since it's just we're reflavoring your spell, it's just the way the spell works. What's your spell save DC? It succeeds. So
We switch it to javelin. I don't know. How was it? I was playing on javelin. Miscommunication. 21 to hit. Air DM, you rule.
As you try to light your javelin on fire with Sacred Flame, you realize that doesn't work. You throw it at it. Roll for damage.
21.
21. Roll for damage.
9.
9 points of damage.
No, roll for damage?
Roll for damage.
Oh, okay. Alright, put it away. Okay.
Don't roll to hit. You already hit. Be nice. Okay.
Okay, 5.
5 damage. With that, you pierce one straight through it. It is dead.
I am disgusted and I don't like it. And just. Alright.
Adelaide is. Oh wait, no. That one is. That is one of the centipede's turns. It is going to try to attack you, Ren. That's a 17 to hit.
That will hit.
You will take 3 points of damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Using a new dice this time. Constitution. 19.
19. You save. You feel as it bites down onto the back of your ankle, a form of poison leaking into your body. You take a second to still yourself. You're able to keep your focus and fight through that sickly pain.
Gross.
It will then try to move back towards the hole. You will get an opportunity attack on it.
Haha. Yeah, let's do this. Opportunity attack. My dice just disappeared into the depths. 11 plus 4, 15.
15 will hit.
Nice. That's 7 damage. With my tuna sword.
As you bring down your tuna sword, you cut it straight in half. You see that the body starts squirming, both sides still trying to move in the same general direction. It gets to the edge of the well and then falls limp dead.
Good.
Adelaide, it is your turn. I would like, if you would, you could either do an insight or an animal handling check. Insight or animal handling check. It will not take your action. $19. That's really good. Yeah, my DC in my mind was like 16. So, though you don't have a lot of experience with creatures of this type, especially gross, many legs, very large, larger than they should be, you can tell, especially with the one that runs up and bites Ren and then tried to get back to the well. They seem to be more on the defensive, like they're protecting something. Yeah. The fight will probably be done in like 2 minutes, so just so you know. There's only one left now. Both Opal and Ren have taken one out. It goes after you. You haven't seen it. It's coming out of the thing. But that's all you've seen. Okay. That's fine. I don't care. As long as you haven't like actually like rolled anything, you should. 14 hits. Its armor class is 13, so yeah, you get it. Roll for damage. And it is vaporized by your guiding bolt as it was kind of coming out of the well at this moment, kind of crawling over. You blast it back in, it hits the far wall and slumps. You hear after about a second soft poosh as it must have fallen down into the water. And with that, you are out of combat. Moss and Barren, you hear from the other side of the house the sounds of a spell being cast, and some grunts as if there was some sort of fight that just happened.
Not in this light. We run to go see what happened.
You find that there was an encounter with 3 centipedes, and they were able to be fairly easily done.
They were easy to kill, but that does not discount how nasty they were.
They were really like just disgusting.
They're just gross.
Speaking of centipedes,
No, please.
when I served my mission, on the islands they have very large centipedes, like this long. Like they're this big around. Big boys.
That's gross.
And there's one time that while we were eating dinner with some people, there's a centipede that came into like the little place that we were eating, and they caught it, took off the pincers for where the poison would come out, and they held it and they let us feel what it's like to have it go across your arm. It is the freakiest thing. Too many legs. Anyways, that side tangent out of the way. I would assume Adelaide would inform you, saying how she noticed that they seem to be protecting something.
Yeah. I mean, are we? Right?
Yeah, I got bit, but
Oh.
I sucked out the poison, spit it out.
It actually tastes really good in my tea.
Burns in your throat. By even worse, I point down to the the twitching carapaces of these centipedes. And there's this viscous yellow, on Emperor's New Groove, the hot crispy pill bug.
Yep.
Like that yellow goop is just like seeping out of where we've cut them open. Despicable. No. I don't think they do. Yeah, that's to keep you from going there, I think. Yeah, I was sitting on the well, and they creeped up to eat me, probably. I said I don't think I have any fears. I think it's giant bugs. I think I'm discovering this now. Well, like they do, but it's like bits max, But if it's big enough to like fit an arm in there, I'm okay. Honestly, like any bigger than like head size, I don't like it.
Yeah, I think this is like it was like as long as a snake. That size of centipede.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, nasty.
I just noticed that as we were fighting them, they seemed to be more on the defensive.
I don't want to fight any more of them. They're probably just babies.
We'll probably get our butts handed to us.
I don't think they would like guard treasure. These aren't dragon centipedes,
Even though that would be dope.
Yeah. I think I do think there's more down the well. I felt a nice cool breeze wafting up when I was sitting on there. It might be connected to the house's basement, maybe. But something to keep in mind if we don't find anything in the house, or if we need more. Yeah, well, I'd maybe prefer skeletons to giant centipedes. So I'll take skeletons.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to investigate here in the grounds? Yeah. Do some peering. Make a perception check. She'll cast light on your forehead. Oh, yes. As you drop it down to the well, make a perception check.
It's all centipedes. You drop it down and you just see bugs just like cover it. Ew,
Guys,
their legs.
Say what I'm about to say before I say it. It's not how this works. As you drop it down, you do notice what looks to be behind that rose bush that's growing down into it a large amount of smaller centipedes
Like normal size?
You would assume normal sized, but this might just be the. Yes.
Gross.
You do see that farther down, 40 feet, it opens up into whatever the aquifer is down there. It's not like a well that just dug lower than the water table. There seems to be something down there. But as you hear the water splash and the glow of the light sink deeper down into the water from there, it just kind of, the light continues to fall down until you can't see it anymore, and so you just assume that the water is fairly deep.
Look, I'm a nature guy, and that usually would hit me deep. Yeah, okay. Could not care less.
Just light on fire.
These baby centipedes can suffer.
I'm fine with that. Go for it.
Yeah. As you guys take the time to get a torchlight on fire and burn this rose bush that's hanging down, you see the small little writhing centipedes fall down into the bottom of the well. You feel like you've gotten most of them, though it has taken you some time, and the evening has come. As the sense of the sun is kind of setting over the edge, and you feel like there's darkness close at hand.
Night in the bed? Are you crazy?
Not in the haunted bed, dude.
All right.
Not the haunted floor. I'm camping out here in the haunted yard. The haunted driveway.
Yeah, I'd rather be outside.
Outside.
Outside has more directions to run. I don't want to get trapped in there. Yeah.
All right. Anything else that you guys want to do out here? The one that's ever burning, but not heated. Okay. As you strap it to yourself, you all approach. Are you going through the front door? Okay.
Let's go through the front door.
As you slowly make your way up the steps, what seemed to be once well-carved stone, they've now tumbled down in places, and it's become more of a ramp. Boards kind of litter this direction as well. As you step up onto the front porch area of this mansion, the boards groan in protest because of your weight. The door on front has been knocked off. Seems to have been torn from its hinges. Though the signs of what caused that, it's too old to tell. As you peer into the inside, you can see many cobwebs and shadows cast about. Much of the roof has fallen in to the second story, and the house itself slowly creaks as it's probably on its last limbs, trying its best to stand against the many years of no upkeep. The smell of mildew and rotten furniture and stuff like that hits your nose. As you can tell, this is something that has not seen much light in a long time. This is the entryway. You see around you at this point what looks to be some sort of, I wouldn't say bookshelf. What's the word? Like a wardrobe close by, though it has been tipped on its side. One of its doors hanging loosely open. The floor itself seems to have cracked in at a spot not too far away. A little bit down this entry hall, you see what looks to be a grand staircase leading up to the second floor, with two doors right in front of the staircases, one leading to the west wing, one leading to the east wing. A hallway passes the stairways leading towards the back.
Can I engage Radiant Soul?
I think that only lasts a minute.
A minute?
A minute. So
Okay. I will not engage them.
just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah, time to find your bed, I guess.
Oh.
That's the question. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to, in a sense, have this be like Betrayal of Hill House? Yeah. And then I bring out the board and we have to play it right now.
Oh gosh,
That I think is really fun.
that would be.
I say living room slumber party. So pick a room and everybody stays in it.
That's how we get ready.
The house, it's fairly large. It's not like Adelaide Estate large, of course, but like you would expect a manor-sized house to be. It'll probably have some sort of large kitchen, dining area, different bedrooms, studies, sitting rooms, library, stuff like that. So large enough that it has just like 3 rooms. It's fairly much a lot. So do you guys want to? Okay. There's the 3 paths. There's to the left. I guess there's technically 4, but you want to stay on the main floor. So there's to your guys's left, which would be to the west wing, to the right, which would be to the east wing, or straight past the stairs towards the back of the house. Okay.
Oppo will go with Barren.
Moss is gonna stay by the front door.
Yeah.
Guess I'll go where other people aren't going.
I guess I'm going on my own, guy.
Oh, I don't want to go all alone though. That's scary.
Mm-mm. No.
That was kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Opal.
Well, what's wrong with me? No, I don't think I will. He's weird.
For myself, where I'll go. I trust both of y'all to take care of yourselves. I'm just going with you, and then Adelaide, do you want to go with Ren? Great, yeah. I agree, you shouldn't go alone, but in regards to staying together.
Well, Moss, are you dead set on staying here in the entrance, or do you want me to go with me?
I'll go with you.
Moss, we're gonna make a great team.
Just
Ghosts gonna attack us.
If the ghost shows up, don't try to ask about its backstory. Just kill it.
Okay, we'll do it.
So, how did you get here? Why are you doing this? What's your name?
As you all are working your way through, who would like to start us? Which group?
We'll do it.
The east wing we go. This hallway, as you turn down the east wing, looks like there are about 4 doors along it. There's one at the end, one on the right, and 2 on the left.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
I will light my axe. Also, I didn't say it, but I would have gotten my javelin out
Yeah,
of the...
you're good.
Okay. I don't have a lot, so I need those.
As you open the first door, because it's the closest one to you, Barren, you peer in what looks to be some sort of study. You can see what looks to be a large oak table or desk set, though a beam has collapsed down into the middle of it, kind of denting the top of it. Refuse and litter cover the floor, and you can see what looks to be many times leaves that have blown in here. The bookshelves are empty, and it looks like at some point someone had started a small fire in the corner out of the books. As you check the desk, I'd like you to do a perception check as you're just kind of looking through it. You don't find anything of note. It looks like it's been pulled open before. You see a couple drawers that have been pulled out and thrown on the ground. Opal, as you get to the one on the right, down the ways, you open the door. The door gives a loud... As you open it up, inside, you see what looks to be this was once maybe a guest bedroom, something along those lines. You can see what looks to be a smaller but still fairly large 4-poster bed on the far side of the room. A large wardrobe that's standing still, closed. Something that catches your eye, though, underneath the bed that has been crushed and laying in the middle of the room, you see something kind of gleaming for just a second. It catches your eye off the glow from your axe.
I will approach very cautiously, overly cautiously.
Okay. As you approach overly cautiously, you get close up to it. You see what looks to be some sort of ring laying on the ground before you.
I'm gonna poke it with my axe.
As you poke the ring with your axe, it moves slightly.
Look around the room to see, like, I poked it.
From what you can tell, nothing happens.
Okay. Can I tell from the distance that I am, like, what kind of jewel is in the ring?
It looks to be a simple gold wedding band.
Sad. I'll go ahead and pick it up.
As you pick it up,
I don't plan on, I don't know, keeping it. I would put it on the counter of the dresser. But as I pick it up,
the ring and you set down. From what you can tell, it's simple make. It looks to be a man's ring. Its style. You set down. That's it.
okay.
Back to Barren. Barren, as you open up the next door in the row, yes. And I imagine at this point of day, it's starting to get dark. Like if you look out the window, you can still see kind of a little bit of a light on the horizon. It's actually quite beautiful as the reds mixed with the blues. But the house inside is very dark. You open up this room and it looks to be some sort of formal sitting room. Most of the furniture has been tossed. Many of the legs on the furniture have been broken. Make a perception check. You notice that as compared to the weathering of all the other wood, these chairs and tables, the legs on them, seem to have been broken more recently. From what you can tell, maybe earlier this year, as the wood itself doesn't look like it has the same weathering condition on the outside. Not like at the beginning of the year, so a little newer. From what you can tell, it looks like they were broken off, like if someone were to kick them off, like stomp on them, like they've been laid down, they've been stomped on. From what you could tell, someone intentionally broke these. You would notice that the legs themselves are not here. Pre-Barren.
That's funny.
The cameo.
Yeah. Opal, you have the last room.
I'm gonna continue to open with caution.
As you go to open this door, as you see Barren has moved into the other room, You try it, and it doesn't open. It seems to be locked.
Just to verify, is the doorknob locked, or is there something blocking the door?
As you try it, seems to be something blocking the door on the other side.
Mm.
As you push on it, you can feel like there's something keeping it from opening.
Okay. Hey, Barren. This last door has something blocking it. I don't want to open it, to be honest. So if you want to, you can. But okay. I'll give you a foot. Okay.
One of you make a strength check with advantage.
Mm. That is a 16.
With a 16, you both push and you rock, and it feels like something's giving, and then you slide it. As you open the door,
I'm behind Barren. Just specifying.
you see what was blocking the door seems to have been a body.
Barren's got it.
Giant centipede body.
Oh,
Literally
or
massive.
jumping.
No. Yep. All right. Ren and Moss. That stuff has not happened yet. Just so you know.
But it
I
hasn't.
hear them open one of the creaky doors, and I jump a foot.
It's like that Scooby-Doo moment where you jump into Moss's arms.
Yeah.
He's just too. He's like, it's cartoony because he's so little.
Yeah.
It's not like you. Anyways. On this side, there seems to be 5 doors. So 2 on the left, 2 on the right, 1 at the end of the hall.
What do you want to do?
I will. Let's open them all together.
All at once.
No, like each of them individually, we both open.
You notice that 3 of the doors are already open, so they're not like closed doors. With that, I'd like you guys to do a perception check.
Alright. Moss rolls a... Oh gosh. Yeah. Moss is on fire right now.
He's on edge.
He's so on edge. He rolled a 26.
I rolled a 12.
You can see what looks to be footprints leading out of the far end door and heading towards the stairs. They look a couple of days old, but they're definitely footprints. They look to be boot, not small enough you'd assume to be a petite woman. You would assume probably a male's boot.
You see those footprints over there?
No.
I pointed to them.
They're covered. Okay, yes, I do see them.
Should we follow them?
Let's look at where they came from first, maybe. Like the room they come out of,
Okay.
so we can maybe get the full story.
That's fair. That's fair.
But you go first.
So I go first. Why do I go first?
Because if I were to go first, you're so short, I would just block your view.
I'm not sure that's how it works.
sorry. I don't mean to cut you guys off. I'm so sorry. But as you guys are talking, you hear in the up above you, somewhere on the second floor, tapping of wood, like something kind of. I don't know if you can hear that, but think of like almost kind of like a soft knocking sound. It's quiet, but it is definitely noticeable. It repeats again. It's just tap, 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 tap.
Yeah, I don't like this.
I think we should not do this.
Okay, let's look in the room where the footprints came from, and then we just take note that there's something upstairs, and we tell Barren and Elkay.
And every so often I'll stop for just a second and then restart back up.
Is it like systematic? Like it's every 5 seconds? It's like exact?
It's not necessarily exact. It's like tap, 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 tap.
Just every so often.
Yeah, it seems like there's a little bit of a delay. It's not like tap, 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 tap. It's more like tap, tap.
Yeah.
Tap, tap.
Okay. I want to look in the room where the footprints came from. And then we might go somewhere else.
As you open up the door where the footprints came from, it swills softly. I'd like you to do a perception check as you try to determine and follow where the footprints go.
18.
18. That's pretty good. So from what you can tell, you see in the room a large this room at some point was used. I'm trying to think of another room type that would be in a mansion. I would say this would be servants' quarters. This looks to be, there is a couple of beds, a small kitchen in the corner, and what looks to be the back entrance that you saw, Kyle. You notice that the footprints, everything in here has been destroyed. It's torn asunder. You notice that the footprints, they aren't necessarily in a predictable path at this point, as you see what looks to be the footprints crossing over in a couple of places, like there's been a lot of activity in this room. Some of the footprints lead out. Some of the footprints lead back in from the outside. With an 18, you would notice that in the corner there is a large shelf with it looks to be a disgustingly old rug sitting underneath it. It looks like a lot of the footprints go up to that direction. Most of the traffic is to there.
Okay, we're leaving. We're going the other way.
Yep, I'm not risking my life. That's not worth it.
Okay, no. We can get a good night's sleep, get well rested in the morning when it's light and we have just so much gumption and the rest of our party, we can come out and, figure out what the tapping is.
I agree with you. Let's leave now before we die.
All right. Good plan.
You guys
Yeah, we're-
turn around. You see from the other side, Barren and Opal announce that they found the body. And with that, should we call it there, guys?
Yeah,
Is
let's
that-
stop there?
Is that a good spot?
Yes.
That's pretty spooky.
Yeah, that's a good.
What? I know, right?
All right.
This is what I've been waiting for. This is what I live on. And the tapping has not stopped, by the way.
I know it.
It's very soft, so you probably haven't heard it on that side. Dungeon.
Dungeon.
Dungeon.